My name is Anna Day, and I am the head of development and communications at Citizens Advice Bucks, your local Citizens Advice charity.
Hello, I am Abby May. I am the individual giving manager here at Citizens Advice Buckinghamshire.
So today we're here talking to you about our Citizens Advice Bucks emergency appeal. Your donation could be a lifeline for those who need us. So we want to tell you a bit about what our charity does and how we can help you so that you know how to turn to us, but also so you know how to donate to us and how that can help people in our communities. So just to give you an idea of what we do each year, Citizens Advice Bucks covers the whole of Buckinghamshire except for Milton Keynes, which is under a separate authority. We operate across 7 sites in Buckinghamshire, so we have five advice offices and then advice points across the county, providing outreach in certain areas like Burnham and Iver. We've helped resolve 34,511 issues in the past year and helped nearly 12,000 clients. And we've helped around 363,000 people through online advice. So that's through our extensive, really helpful online advice that you can get to through our website. So of those people we helped, 74% said that they found us easy to use and access. 86% said they found a way forward on their problems. 75% said their problems were completely resolved, and 87% said they'd recommend us to others. I think the key thing here is that behind each one of these issues, the 34,511 issues, one of those issues could be I'm facing homelessness, and another issue could be like I'm in extensive debt and I need help. So those issues are not easy or quick to solve. So the issues give you an idea that we're dealing with very complex problems across the county. So I think it's really important to understand that, because ultimately you can say we solve 34,000 problems. Some of those are really big problems that might take us several months to resolve. So it just gives you an idea of the complexity of the work we do. So we are the oldest and largest advice charity in the county, and we're inviting you today to make a precious gift to Buckinghamshire's Christmas emergency appeal. A donation to us will enable us to support more people for those living in crisis situations across Buckinghamshire. So those people who don't necessarily have enough food, or maybe at risk of homelessness or losing their homes, not being able to make their mortgage payments and things like that. So a present of hope to your community this Christmas will really help them when they need it the most. People are really suffering this Christmas, more so than I think in prior winters. We've seen a lot more financial hardship this year. And I think that this is really the time where, as a Buckinghamshire community, we really need to pull together and work to help people across our communities. Christmas is traditionally a time of joy and celebration, but the cost of living crisis has forced thousands of people across Buckinghamshire into extreme hardship. And this Christmas, they face difficult choices. So the number of children, for example, living in what they call extreme financial hardship in the county in the latest census results is nearly 10,000 children living in those families. And that extreme financial hardship is quite a high level of financial hardship where families can't necessarily afford food or school uniforms and things like that. So really, really critical that those families are helped. There's an example here working with Angela, and she came to us with mounting debts because of the energy bills arising from maintaining her daughter's medical equipment. She was no longer eating so that her daughter could. We helped her to claim benefits and put together a repayment plan so that she could hang on to her job and afford everything she needed to help her daughter. So you can see there in that example just how we helped Angela and how it made a huge difference to her family and being able to afford those basics that we all take for granted. And I think that's the key thing, really, is that actually, whereas last winter, perhaps people couldn't necessarily afford winter jackets, or they might not be able to make their ends meet till the end of the month. This winter, it's really all the basics people are struggling to afford, even their bills, even their their rent. People are falling into rent arrears, and we're seeing huge amounts of people falling into rent arrears for the first time. People who would ordinarily be able to afford their rents, people like nurses and doctors, and people who are policemen and things like that. So it's people who are living in ordinary situations that are finding their cost of living is escalating out of control, and we really want to be there for them and to help them through the crisis. In our county, as the colder conditions approach, much as we've had in the last couple of weeks, many families and the elderly are being forced to choose between heating their home and eating. But even working families are struggling to pay for their children's clothes, food or bills, and incurring spiraling debt just to survive each day. And some people are already unable to afford life-saving prescriptions, things like asthma inhalers or diabetes medication, and many are facing the risk of losing their homes. Communities are already suffering the prolonged effects of the pandemic. So deepening the effects of the cost of living crisis has really pushed them further to the brink. So heartbreakingly, we know that some in crisis will consider taking their own lives. And this has already begun to happen with reports of suicide as a result of escalating debt. And to give you an idea of this, we had a couple of clients come to us in the last a couple of weeks, just telling us how they are so suicidal they can't go on, and we just really want to be there for them, to help them and to really help them find a productive way forward. So the most common issues that we help on are benefits and helping people to claim the right benefits, which makes up around 10,000 of the people we help each year. Then we help on debt issues, housing, employment, relationships and family. What's really interesting is that actually relationships and family has come up a lot this year. And you can see that this is because the cost of living crisis has really started to fracture the quality of relationships. When people are worried about money, it's really hard to kind of have a stable relationship, because it puts a lot of stress and strain on your relationships, being in debt and finding it very difficult to afford the basics. But we help on a really wide range of issues, and ultimately we're a holistic advice service. So it just means we do help people across any issue that they come with. And that's one of the really critical things that we do as an integrated advice service, is help with all the issues the client is facing. So the contributory issues as well as resolving the presenting issues. So sometimes people will come to us with one issue like debt or benefits, but actually the issue is their mental health, perhaps their relationships, perhaps they've lost their job. And, there's a lot we can unpick there and resolve for them. So I think it just goes a bit beyond just helping on one issue, which is what some advice organisations do. And I think for us, we really look to tackle the root cause of those problems. So over to you, Abby.
Thank you, Anna. I think Anna's touched on obviously the desperation of the situation, and it is a bleak landscape here in Buckinghamshire, and we are helping as many people as possible. And it's thanks to our teams here at Citizens Advice Buckinghamshire. We have 90 volunteers over the course of the last year. I think that equates to around 20,000 volunteer hours. We have 22 full-time staff that cover the whole county, and our population here in Buckinghamshire is just about around 547,000 people. So that is a lot of people that we are helping every single day. And in terms of the impact that we can have on people's lives, we're looking at overall life-changing differences. For example, we recently helped a Polish-speaking client gain a successful outcome for her child benefit decision. This client we had already been helping, and as Anna depicted, we help clients over a number of issues, but sometimes that can span years. So we had previously helped her, and she came back to us, and we helped her with late appeal for her child benefit, and she was awarded 20 weeks backdated payments, and that was just in time for Christmas. And we had the most wonderful piece of feedback from her thanking us. She said, "Thank you very much. You are the best. How glad I am. I received £650 just during the holidays, the first paycheck where I could buy uniforms, and another in November, perfect for winter clothes. Thank you once again. Your help is indescribable. Tears of happiness flowed from me. I wish you all of the best." And I think that for us really brings it home as to the impact that we can have on people's lives going forward. To help them with their benefit situation. For example, in this case, it meant that they could buy the essentials. We're talking uniforms, we're talking winter clothes. We help I'm new to the organisation, but we often talk about cradle to grave. And actually, one of our youngest clients came to us recently, a young homeless client, and our supervisors and our advisors helped them help that particular client who didn't have a family, didn't have the support that you often get from your family network. They had learning difficulties, and based on application alone, that we were able to make sure that they were awarded a PIP payment. And this is just the impact that we can have for people. And as a charity, we're here because of you. We need donations. We need to continue to help people in those kind of situations. In terms of our strategy, we are a charity. We are spreading the word that we are a charity because not everybody realizes that we are. We provide free, confidential, independent, and expert advice. Our aim is to empower people who are facing challenges in their lives and help them to help themselves, and then we directly support those that can't. And our mantra here is, whoever you are, whatever your problem, we are here to help. And I guess that takes us to the finish of our presentation quite nicely. We help them, and we need your help to help us help them. We would love it if you would share this appeal for us on your channels far and wide. I think at the current count, we have raised for this specific campaign £1,780. We've got a £5,000 target just for this campaign for Christmas. Obviously, that's to fund the ongoing work that we do. We expect the demand to continue to increase in the new year. So every donation, every share really will make all the difference to us. In terms of where you could do that, it's the Citizens Advice Buckinghamshire Emergency Appeal, and the website is www.justgiving.com/campaign/Christmas emergency appeal. And we really do thank you from the bottom of our hearts for anything that you are able to do for us.
So just want to end this broadcast by telling you all that anytime you need us, we're here for you. We are closed over Christmas, but you can access our website for advice, which is available 24/7, and our national helplines are still open over the Christmas period. You can find details of those on our website at www.citizensadvicebucks.org.uk. But just remember that we are here to help you, and if there's anything you need, feel free to drop us a message. But we're really, really pleased to hear from each and every one of you. And if you'd like to make a large donation to us, also get in touch with myself or Abby, and we'll be happy to help you. If you're thinking about doing corporate social responsibility in your business and thinking about how you can get involved with us, we're also open to have conversations with you around that. So all that's left is to wish you a very Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a lovely Christmas season. And if you're not celebrating Christmas, that you just enjoy a lovely, restful holiday season. So have a great holiday season, everybody. And we will see you next year.
Thank you, everyone.